when I uploaded that influencer video, it for some reason it somehow, well, I know how this happened. It titled it Influencer One. Well, that wasn't the original intention, but it kind of left the door open to make a two. So I'll do that. But what happened is when I was uploading it, somehow it decided to upload it twice. So then it automatically titled it 1 and 2. Well, I deleted 2, but now, like I say, it leaves the window open to make a 2. Since the other one's called 1. I normally watch that Creator Insider, the YouTube thing. And now they're talking about making it so that you can kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. Well, you can have better control over the comments. Now, there was a term they used, but I don't remember what it was. But I've often thought, I don't have comments on just because it's a nuisance. It's unfortunate. There's a lot of people you can't just let them loose. They'll make stupid comments. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who I don't worry about, who could make comments and it wouldn't bother me whatsoever. They don't have to agree, but at least they have to know what they're talking about, and these are people who I have known on YouTube for a long time, that I trust their comments. I don't have to monitor their comments. And I'd like to be able to leave them open. Well, now they're gonna kind of change the comment section so that you can do that. You can have better control over them. Because what I love to be able to do is to set up the people that I trust, that I can just leave their comments. I don't have to monitor them. But like I said, they don't have to agree with me, but they have to be civil. That's all it is. And there's too many of these kind of drive-by commenters that they don't know you. They have no familiarity with your channel, but they just, in passing by, got to make some smart-ass comment. So I end up blocking these people, and it just gets. I don't like to have to deal with that side of YouTube any more than I have to. But I would love to, if I could make a list of people who I trust, that I can leave the comments open, and I don't have to review their comments, and I don't have to get notifications. They can just comment, and that's the end of it. The comment will appear in the video, and it's fine. I don't want to have to review all the comments, because you can do that now. You can set them so the comments come in, and then you review them and approve them or not. I don't want to bother with that stuff. Like I said, I'm really not that into the whole, that side of the thing. So hopefully that's something that they'll do. They're planning on doing in the future. I'm sure it's going to be horribly complicated to set up because that's just the way they work. But if that can be done, I would like that. Because it's nice to have comments open, but not wide open. If they just to be able to moderate this. So hopefully that'll happen. Because comments can be a really good thing, but they could just be a pain in the ass. And hopefully I can work that way around it. That's the plan anyway. But what's like, because people always wonder, why don't you have the comments open? It's just because I don't want to bother with them. Though there are times, like I say, when comments can be very informative. Like, say, even a video I did yesterday with that weed. No, maybe somebody knows what that weed is. There'll be a whole bunch of guesses as to this weed. And people being absolutely sure they know what it is when they don't, because that happens all the time. But there's probably somebody who's very familiar with that weed. That would be handy to have, in the comments. So hopefully that'll work out. But like the like and the dislike thing, I still leave those well, they're not technically not disabled. It's just that they're invisible. Uh, and I thought it was funny because now I think it's Instagram that's experimenting with the idea of doing that on all theirs. They do it for a greedy reason, and if YouTube does it, it'll be for the same sort of reason. Where what's happening now is these influencers, they're able to sell their, the rights to use their image kind of based on a number of likes. Well, this kind of bypasses the advertising that like Instagram is trying to sell. This is dealt directly with the party that's doing the advertising. Well, they don't particularly like that. They'd like to get their hands on that money. So they're playing with that, and a good chance that YouTube will probably end up doing that too. Because I really, for me, the likes dislikes thing, I don't think you should go into a video saying, well, 30 people disliked it, so there must be a reason. I must have to dislike this too. Or the same with likes. I think it's something you make up your own mind. I don't watch a video based on the number of likes it has or dislikes. I think that should just go away. But that's just me. I know my channel normally runs like 99% likes. You've always got a couple of people in there, but it's nothing to do with the videos. It's always some personal imagined grudge, and that's fine. But like I say, I don't want to have to deal with that either. So I just leave them invisible, let's say, which is exactly like I say Instagram is trying to do, because there you have these Instagram models. That's your whole career is your Instagram thing, taking pictures of using a certain product, and then that company will make a deal with you to pay you. It's a marketing thing, but I don't like to be marketed to. I can kind of make up my own mind on stuff. I don't mind hearing other people's opinions, but when it's a paid opinion, that's a whole nother deal. But I notice though that term influencer is coming up more all the time, and like I said, there are people who this is how they make their living. A shaky way to make a living, but so like I say, since some companies are kind of getting bypassed. And the same thing kind of happened with YouTube, because people are constantly making deals outside of YouTube. They'll endorse some product and get paid for that endorsement from the company, though a lot of them claim they don't. They do. But it bypasses YouTube. They want to get their hands on the money. So eventually, I think if this goes through on Instagram, it'll probably turn up on YouTube too. But like I say, YouTube or all these companies, they're always a work in progress. They're always fiddling with something. So, we'll see if this comment thing, if they get that worked out so that I can make a list of pre-approved commenters, I'd love that. Like I say, it's not necessary to agree, but you can disagree in a civil way. It's funny how people have seemed to have lost the ability to do that. To have a reasoned discussion. I don't know where this came about, but people, their attitudes have certainly changed. But you see that everywhere. I mean, it's just not in YouTube. It's in politics and everything. It's my way or no way. It's always that. Even if they are completely off base. So, well, we'll see. But I would like to see that. That's one change. Normally YouTube and they're fiddling around. They never make things better. They make things worse. Hopefully, this is something I've talked about before, that I wish they would do this so that you could have a list of people who are trusted commenters. And I'm not looking for positive comments. I'm looking for useful comments. It can be negative, it can be positive, but if it's useful to the viewers or to me even, like I say, like in instance that weed. So I'm hoping that works out. Though I'm sure, like I say, it's going to be horrendously complicated to use because they never make things simple. Their theory of improving something is to just make it much more complicated to the point where it's almost impossible to use. So I'm hoping, but we'll see. There, no, I got influencer 2, and I hope there won't be an influencer 3. But that, like I say, was some kind of a freakish deal that it turned out to be influencer 1, and I just never bothered to change it. But I do, because I'd love to have comments open. But I don't want to get all those notifications. Like I say, I get 4 times. This time, if they do it this way, if I can have a list of trusted people that I don't have to worry about, I can turn off all those notifications, so I won't have to deal with them. Because I get sick of, I get in the habit of not carrying my phone because otherwise it's going off constantly. I mean, I'm still from all the previous videos I did that still have comments open. I still get like 6 comments a day, So I can't figure out, there's no way I can, if I go back and close the comments on them videos, the comments all disappear. And there are some good comments in there, some useful comments. So I hate to just ditch them, But this would be a way, So if they can make that work, but it's a work in progress, so we'll see, But it's something they should have done a long time ago, But we'll see how that works out. But it would be nice. I would love to be able to have comments open, sort of open, open, but not open to the drive-bys, but just open to people who, like I say, I know that I've been on YouTube with for a long time. That would be nice to be able to do that. Because there are some people who make good, useful comments. There are people who are very witty, but then there are the people who think they're witty and are just really kind of nuts. I mean, there's a difference between nuts and being witty. So we'll see.